Greetings and salutations. Okay, we're gonna play some more. I'm going to find out. I got my letter, so that's good. He gave me a letter recommendation. So I am but one letter away. And last we discussed, I might can get one from Alice. I doubt I'll get one from Mary. Possibly one from Humphrey. Probably not from Emma Sharp because I made her mad for accusing her of trying to get her husband killed and then he died. He was young. And he's dead. Now, granted, he did give me my letter. That is 3 people that have died. We lost Avis Allen. We lost Nicholas Mugg. And now we've lost Lancelot Moore. I wonder what the sorting of these characters is. It's not ABC order. It's not order of appearance, because he's the most new, so he should be at the bottom. I don't know. Don't ask me. Let's find out what's going on.
Here comes Lord Devereux, ready to fight. Wide-eyed and restless, he's been up all night. He may not know much, but he knows that he's right. Never
I'm not excited for this. I'm surprised he's not dead.
Give ye good morrow, my lord. I trust your lordship is well this day.
Well? God's body, am I likely to be well? I have been languishing under lock and key while all England goes to ruin.
Yes, I did hear something of your arrest. I take it your encounter with the Queen did not go as well as planned.
Nay, 'twas a disaster. I took the precaution of seeking an audience with Her Majesty just after dawn, to be sure I would find her alone. But when I entered her bedchamber, she let out such a blood-curdling scream that alerted the palace guards, who ran into the room and arrested me.
But you were imprisoned in your York House residence, were you not? The fact that you were placed under house arrest and not imprisoned in the Tower surely speaks to the Queen's fondness for you. I trust your time in confinement was not uncomfortable, at least.
Well, yes, my time away from the world and its trifling concerns did, in truth, prove useful. It afforded me time to reflect on larger questions, to take stock of my life and put recent events in perspective.
I see. And what resolution did this quiet period of sober reflection bring you? A closer relationship with God? Or perchance you are resolved to spend more time with your family?
What? Nay. I said my mind was turned to larger questions. To wit, am I destined for greater things? Am I chosen by God to rule a kingdom? For I must needs act. The realm is under threat from within. For why was I verily imprisoned? Was it merely to punish me for some trifling mistakes I made in Ireland? Nay, 'twas to separate me from the Queen.
Well, I imagine after discovering you in Her Majesty's bedchamber...
Do you not yet see? The Privy Council means to keep me away from Whitehall, lest I see how they have contrived to control and manipulate the Queen since I left for Ireland.
My lord, are you saying the Queen is weak and no longer in control of her reign?
Aye, indeed. Something must be done about it. Well, man, do not just stand there.
Yes, of course, my lord. Let us see whether the stars may give you your answer. Is Robert Lord Devereux, Earl of Essex, destined to, rule England?
No, he is not. In fact, I wonder if history tells us what happens to him. This is the question. Let's find out. So this is most interesting. Devereux, also, I wish you could see the picture. If I can figure up, please hold. So, methinks they did well drawing out the imagery of Devereux. Look, it looks like him. It does. It looks like the character here. But anyway, yes. That's a better picture. Anyway, I thought that was interesting. They did a good job. But what must be said is that, close picture. Everything has been thusly told fairly well. Toward the end of the 1990s, this is where we're at. We're at like 1599. that's the 1990s, the 1590s. 1599 is where we're at. The Cincinnati campaign against the Irish Confederacy was a disaster. Thus, what we're discussing now, this disaster here. He was placed in house arrest, and then he suffered a nervous breakdown, which is what appears to be happening before our eyes. And in February of 1601, where are we currently? John Ritt came to us last, and his last meeting was 1600. Actually, no, the last to just see us was. No, it was him. It was John Whitgift. I think that was who the last to see us. Anyway, so in February, this was what month? July. No, September. So we're closing in. It's the end of September. So here in a few months, he is going to lead a failed coup against the government and is going to be arrested. He is then tried for treason and executed by beheading at the Tower of London. The nature of Essex's turbulent relationship with Elizabeth I has been speculated by both historians and dramatists. He was only 35 when he died. That was February 25th of 1601. Yeah. So, yeah. He was one of the Queen's favorites as an English nobleman and soldier. Anyway, needless to say, that's not what's going to happen. We know for fact he is not going to rule because James is the one who rules. James the fourth, or the fourth and the first, or the sixth and the first. I forget which of the two. It's King of Scotland and the King of England, the first King of England. James, yeah, whatever. You know what I said. We talked about it before. Watch the video. This turned into a history lesson or whatever it was titled from last week, or I think it was last week. No, week before last. That one will tell you more if you're interested. If not, Google search it. Okay. Lord Robert Devereux is a strong authority figure. Devereux should use his substantial wealth to cleverly ensure cooperation with his plans. In short, he should engage in bribery. The Queen's failure to produce an heir will have violent consequences. Robert Devereux suffers from geopolitical ignorance. A foreign sovereign is destined to rule England. Devereux is deluded by his legacy. If Devereux does not rein in his ambitions, he will die. Devereux would do well to limit the influence of his friends' advice upon him. Devereux is secretly motivated by his feelings about the Queen and how he has been treated by her. Devereux. We've already gotten a letter from him. Okay. So, C or B? I think this one, pardon me. Oh, hold on. Okay, so this is the one that has the truth in it because we know he's going to die if he doesn't do something different. I mean, he's made poor choices. So we're going to tell him this. We already have his letter. There's no takesies backsies. We're going to speak with truth. That's what we have learned, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We speak the truth. This is what we get.
My lord, I must urge you to temper your ambitions. The stars warn that if your lordship keeps to your current course, it will lead to death.
Whose death, though? You mean my death? Gods underlumps!
And England may not be in so much danger as you imagine. The stars suggest that King James of Scotland will succeed to the English throne when Queen Elizabeth dies. He is, after all, her nearest royal relative.
James Stewart, eh? During my imprisonment, I wrote to him to request his aid, but I never received a reply. Doubtless he is in league with the Privy Council. Nay, verily, a pox on the Scottish king and his pretensions to the throne. He would bring his full coterie of kilted savages down and install them in Whitehall Palace, where he would doubtless have us all eating porridge for supper.
I do hear that porridge is a healthsome.
I appreciate your concern for my own safety, Sirrah, but my duty lies with the realm and the safety of its people. If I must die, let it be for the sake of England, for God, Queen, and country.
This is the end of his story. He's going to die. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, we'll go back to where it was. All right. Oh, close. I missed my story. I wanted to... Case summary. Okay. The Court did wish to know whether he was destined to rule England. It advised the Court that he is not destined to rule England and that he must temper his ambitions lest they result in his death. Methinks the Court took ill, or my advice a little ill. This is our last encounter with him. My claim to the throne may not be as strong as the Stuarts, or the Lennoxes, or the Greys, or the Yorks, but by a pox on all their houses, God has chosen me. You know.
Good day, Dean Blarg. How now, good sir? I see you do ale of something.
I do ail of something, Foreman. Forsooth, I fear I'm very ill indeed. For I tremble day and night with fever, and my face does itch and prick with pain.
Verily, you do exhibit upon your nose and cheeks a rash of a most remarkable hue.
Before you do this reading for me, Foreman, I must have your word that you will not speak of this to my wife, Alice. In truth, I have had her believe that I was set upon by an angry swarm of wasps that have lately been nesting in the north transept of the cathedral.
I do understand. A kind husband would naturally wish to shield his wife from any undue distress.
Ah, yea, that of course. And there be also the small matter of the promise I did make to restore the Blarg family fortune before I died, and thus not leave my wife and children to live in penury when I am gone. If Mistress Blarg were to think that I am gravely ill, it would provoke some awkwardness between us that I would rather wish to avoid.
Ah, I take it then that your finances are also in poor health.
Alas, they are. For as you accurately predicted, the Archbishop never did grant me the bishopric of Salisbury. It would seem his grace is content for me to remain in my current state of penury.
I see. Well, as to your wife, Alice, be not afeard, sir. We doctors take querent confidentiality most seriously. As Hippocrates did say, testa Apollinum medicum secreta. Among other things. Now, mayhap we proceed to consult the stars on the matter of your condition. With what disease is my querent Thomas Blarg troubled, and how may he be cured?
Okay. I have red nose and cheeks and much bodily pain. What ails me? Shingles? Someone is going to have shingles. He's old enough for shingles. Blarg suffers from erysipelas, a severe skin disease of the face that is accompanied by fever and pain. Evil digestion, overconsumption, and strong drink. It suffers from bone shaw, being a knob-like growth rising under the skin. I think this one. Because it says he has pain and his red nose and cheeks. So this is a skin sphere. Yeah. I hate to tell him, but that's what it seems like.
It would seem you are troubled with a severe disease of the skin known as erysipelas. It is quite serious. Though you may find some temporary relief from the pain and fever by vigorously purging from your fundament. To induce such a thing, I do advise the consumption of a considerable quantity of prunes, or mayhap rhubarb. Of course, it does depend on the season.
Erysipelas? Prunes? Oh, merciful Lord, if it be thy will that I should die, and if thou hast writ these mortal signs upon the stars, I beseech thee, have thy servant Simon Foreman speak the truth.
Prithee, sir, I had not finished. Oh, my dear friend, I will not lie to you. Your condition is quite advanced. In truth, I fear you must prepare for the worst. If you will not share this grave news with Mistress Blarg, perchance you might speak to her from the safety of, from beyond the grave? That is to say, write her a letter that may be read to her after you're gone. Your loving words, though thus delayed, may provide her comfort in her time of grief and destitution.
God bless you for your candor, sir, as well your wisdom and friendship these last years. I will now go and pray upon what you have told me.
I need it for him. But this is his last visit. Everyone's dying. Does everyone die? Let's look him up. Well, it may not be thus that he dies anytime soon. It seems that he doesn't die until 1611, and this is 1601. October 11th of 1611. So maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, so the last time he comes to see me. The corn did present with a rash on nose and cheeks, and much bodily pain, wishing to know both its nature and its cure, and to diagnose a severe case of erysipelas, and advise the corn that he may die. I advised him to letter to his wife to read upon his death. Methinks the corn was most pleased with me for the reading I gave this day. Did I already receive my letter of recommendation from him? Yeah, it's one of the first ones I got. May the Lord God absolve me of my sins, for I fear my wife Alice will not.
An explorer's wife cannot share his life. She is left alone. Was his at sea in a wake so she. Oh,
I don't think we've ever seen her husband. He's always away at sea, you see. Let's see who she's poisoned
Mistress
today.
Fortescue, how may I help you this day? You seem a little out of breath.
Aye, 'tis but my bodice. My maidservant did lace it far too tightly. Methinks she is a trifle vexed with me. Indeed, the atmosphere in the Fortescue household is exceeding ill at present.
Verily? And why is that?
Someone has been stealing food from the larder in the night. This morning, 3 whole swan pies were missing. Each member of the Fortescue household suspects another.
And whom do you think is the author of these thefts, madam?
Well, I suspect my son Harold, as his fondness for pie is well known. But Harry denies it and has accused our maidservant Gladys. And 'tis true that Gladys has become suspiciously wide about the girth of late. And as for Gladys, well, she is convinced the culprit is our African parrot, Sir Muncelot Grey. But Sir Muncelot has denied the accusation and blames my monkey.
Ah, and who does your monkey blame?
How now, Dr. Foreman? Be not absurd. Monkeys cannot speak.
Ah, yes. Then 'tis fortunate that God can speak to us, that is, by way of the stars. Who in the Fortescue household has been sneaking into the larder at night to steal pies.
I already have her letter. Yes, I did. I got it 2 weeks ago. Who ate all the pies? Read the star. Okay. Sybil Fortescue is a hypocrite. She needs to turn her finger of the accusation on herself, for she ate all the pies. Sybil's family and friends have exercised constraint and discipline in relation to the pies. Sybil's intuition about the identity of the pie thief is wrong. The solution to the mystery is counterintuitive. The thief is the one suspect who has maintained their silence. The Fortescue children have been raised well. They know not to steal pies. Evil from a foreign country is indicated here. Mistress Fortescue is advised to make change to her will. She must cut her maidservant out of it. Mrs. Fortescue's maidservant is untrustworthy and aggressive. So this suggests she did it. This suggests someone who's not saying anything is who did it, so someone we don't know at all. And this suggests the maidservant. This is quite interesting. I like B because it doesn't implicate anyone. And again, this is not a question for a doctor. This is a matter of opinion, and I'm just grasping at stars instead of straws. So I think we'll choose B because it doesn't blame anyone in particular to my knowledge. She's wrong and is counterintuitive, maintain silence. Ooh, pardon me, and not her children. So I don't want to accuse her handmaid servant because I just don't know anything about her. Like, there's no reason to think that. All right, let's choose this.
Madam, you may eliminate your son from your inquiries, for according to the stars, you have educated him well, and he knows not to steal pies.
Harry is innocent, is he? Then who has been eating our pies?
I am afeard it is the very last individual you would suspect. An individual who is in this very room with us now.
How now, Dr. Foreman? Surely you would not accuse me?
Oh, nay, not you, madam. 'Tis your monkey. What was his name again?
You mean to say Sir Nanahad has been stealing our pies? Oh, my days! What a naughty monkey!
Quite. He is most naughty indeed, 'twould seem.
I must at once to him go and apologise to Sir Munchalot. I never should have doubted him. God give you good even, Dr. Foreman. You have been a bad boy, have you not, Sir Nanahad? Who's a naughty monkey? Yes, you're the naughty monkey. Yes, you're the naughty monkey.
Good even, Mistress Fortescue.
The Count wished to know which member of her household was stealing pies and other food from her larder at night. To tell the Count that her monkey was responsible for the theft of the pies. He thinks the Count was pleased with me for the reading I gave this day. In that case, I wonder if it is the making of Gladys. What is the making of Gladys so fat? That's so kind.
Humphrey Bell, to play our leading Jane. You must pay the price of looking thin and nice. Your fears, she's all your guilt and shame, lest you be judged and we accord you blame.
Right, so the first time he came to me, and the only time thus far he's come to me, is when he was advising us that he has to play the part of a sugar plum princess or a fairy godmother or something of the likes, and he needs to be thin and dainty. And we told him to avoid eating too much and to be whatever, but he wanted a quick fix, so he wanted something to make him purge his bowels or appease his eatings. So we inadvertently told him to eat prunes or rhubarb.
Good even, Mr. Bell. What brings you so late this evening, young sir? Have you come from the playhouse?
Yay, I'm come from playing a Duchess in a special performance of Richard II. You know, that play that makes the Queen look bad.
So, Mr. Shakespeare decided to revive his play, did he? I see.
I need you to tell me what to do about my pay. Our seamstress told me she heard Mistress Burbage discoursing how John Crisp is getting paid a full shilling for each performance.
And you feel this is unfair, I take it? I gather Mr. Crisp's pay is greater than yours.
Aye, sir. 'Tis full twice as much coin as they pay me. What I get is barely enough to cover my rent. And my parts are well bigger than his, innit?
And you can fathom no reason for this disparity in pay? He is more experienced, perchance.
What? I've been on the stage since I was a boy, and John's been playing for less than a year. Nay, sir. Mr. Burbage and them other company sharers are paying me less on account of how I'm doing the lady parts.
You mean to say you are being paid less simply because you perform lady roles?
Indeed. John only gets them main parts because he's big and tall, but I'm well better than he is. Critics call my Ophelia the most tantalisingly nubile and tragical performance since Henry Condell's Juliet.
Ah, yes. Having seen Hamlet, I would have to agree with them there. I must own that I too found your Ophelia most comely and alluring. Now, let's see what the stars advise. What can be done about you being paid less than players of masculine roles?
Isn't that interesting? All right. This should prove fun to decipher. Humphrey should wait. Pay equity will come in time. Humphrey can solve his problems by using his romantic allure to seduce a woman. Humphrey should continue to perform his duties and remain quiet about the discrepancy in pay. Humphrey must uncover the truth about what his colleagues are paid. Secrets are allowing Humphrey's employer to behave hypocritically. Humphrey's employers are shrewd businessmen. Humphrey's boss will do evil to others if it means safeguarding his legacy. Humphrey's boss's wife is pregnant with a masculine child. His boss, therefore, cannot be trusted. What does that have to do with the price of beans in China? I think this one... I don't like this part. I don't want him to go and get himself fired. But at the same time, lots of women don't get paid as much as men in roles. I don't know. Oh, Lord. This is quite tough, isn't it? What is his name? Humphrey Bell. Okay. I think we're going to go. I've pondered it. And I've pondered it. And I've pondered it. And I think this is the best. I don't like it. I still don't like it, which, yeah. It's the best I could do.
According to the stars, your employers, the Lord Chamberlain's men, are very wise businessmen.
How do you reckon that? On account of them contriving to pay me less than I deserve?
Precisely so, Mr. Bell. And being so wise, they doubtless deter their hired men from discoursing upon the coin they receive for their labour. Perchance to the extent where the men harbour such feelings of shame and suspicion about it, they would more readily show each other their privy parts before they would show their pay.
Aye, 'tis true enough. We oft pull our yardles out when we're jesting about and that. But as for a man's pay, forsooth, 'tis considered most private.
Well, such prudery must end if you and your fellow players are to advance your interests, Mr. Bell. Indeed, methinks that if you were all to begin freely discoursing upon these matters, you will find you are not the only player being paid unjustly. If you do decide to demand more coin from your employers, I advise you to unify with the other hired men and speak as one voice.
Zah! We shall unify and demand them company sharers pay us equal coin for equal playing.
We'll see how that goes for him. Alright, the court did lately learn that he is being paid less than players to perform masculine roles and sought my counsel on what he might do about it. I did advise the court to encourage the other players to share knowledge of what they are paid, then go together to demand that reflects the value of their skills and experience. Methinks the court was a little pleased with me for the reading I gave this day. The court will return. I wonder where he got this notion of unifying from. Dr. Foreman is well ahead of his time, isn't it? Well, with all this being well and good, I do decree that we shall call it a day for the time being. We've received 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 letters. We need but one more, and we have 4 options. I doubt I will get one from Emma Sharp or Mary Payne. Alice Bligh, I did not make her happy today, but it's not my fault that her husband's a cheating little wench, a lecherous of a man. It's not my fault indeed. But Humphrey Bell is our hope. He's a clean young slate, wherein which I can hopefully glean some useful bits and bobs. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we're nearing the end. We're not there yet, obviously, because we still have one more visit with Emma Sharp, four more visits with Humphrey, 2 more visits with Alice. And there's no way we're going to get one from Emma and 1 more visit because we angered her thusly. Alice we have 2 more visits with, and she was not happy with us, but this, again, it's not our fault. And Mary Payne is just unpleasant in general. But anyway, I'd eventually have 3 or so more episodes left because most of these stories are finished. We have 1 more left of this. 1 more left of this. Done. 1. Done. So we finished off Thomas Bligh and Lancelot Moore. Oh no, we didn't get to finish Lancelot Moore. What happened to his other ones? I don't know what happened to 4 and 5. I don't think we finished his story. He just died. So that's one story we won't get to finish at all. Because he's dead. That's unfortunate. We're finished with Robert Devereux because he's gone crazy. And we finished with this one. But he's special too. Yeah, I didn't think with the fact that Lancelot Moore died before we could even finish his storyline. That means I won't get a perfect game. I don't understand why I can't see the 4th one. Yeah. Maybe I don't think I finished it. I can go check. But I'm pretty sure of my achievements, yes, no, I do not have an achievement for um, him. I will not get Thomas Lancelot Moore. Yep, I did not get to complete Lancelot Moore's storyline. Hopefully, I'll finish all of them, even if just the one is missing. Oh well. I am a little over halfway through with the achievements, so I know I'm over halfway through the game. I wonder what the average play time of the game is. I think we're nearing end. It depends on if you complete the cutscenes and all of that, but it runs up to like the 6 hour mark, and we're on part 15, I think, and they're roughly half an hour, 20 to half an hour. So that would put you at 15, would be half of 15 is around 7.5 hours. So we're close to the 6 hour mark, because not all of them are 30 minutes. Some of them are shorter. This one's a bit lengthy because I've rambled a bit. So we've got to be nearing the end, and I take lots of time to decide these things, and I read everything out loud to you. So it takes a little bit longer to do the playthrough, but excuse me, a little hiccup. I think we're nearing it. We're gonna have to find something to replace this soon. So I was discussing with my sister today, Mushy, and we were conferring about options that I have, and I think I've picked something glorious. We shall see. Anywho, I rambled a bit on enough. Until next time, I thank you for joining me, lovelies. I bid thee adieu. Toodles.